Okay, picture this. It's a really long time ago. We're talking ancient Israel. Two armies face off. The Israelites and the Philistines. Things are tense. Nobody wants to fight. Enter Goliath. Not just any guy. He's a Philistine giant. We're talking huge. He challenges the Israelites. Send your best guy. We fight. Winner takes all. For 40 days, Goliath repeats this. 40 days. Can you imagine being that cocky? The Israelites terrified. Nobody wants to fight Goliath. Nobody, that is, except our boy David. Now, David isn't a soldier, he's a shepherd. Yes, a shepherd. He takes care of sheep, not exactly warrior training. David's brothers are soldiers, though. They're in the Israelite army. David's dad asks him to take food to his brothers and see how they're doing. Little does he know, David's about to become a legend. This Goliath guy, he's seriously intimidating. Think of the biggest, strongest thing you can imagine. Now make it bigger and scarier. That's Goliath. He's covered in armor. He's got a spear the size of a telephone pole. The guy's a walking tank. David, on the other hand, has, well, a slingshot and some smooth stones. Doesn't seem like a fair fight, does it? David hears Goliath's challenge. He sees the fear in the Israelite soldiers. He's furious. This giant is insulting God and his people. David volunteers to fight. King Saul's like, you sure about that? David explains that he's faced lions and bears to protect his sheep. He trusts God to help him win this fight too. See, David doesn't see a giant. He sees a bully who needs to be taken down. Section 5, slingshot versus spear, and the winner is... Here we go, it's the moment of truth. Goliath sees David, this skinny shepherd, and laughs. He thinks it's a joke. Big mistake. David runs towards Goliath. He loads his slingshot with a stone. He aims. He lets it fly. The stone hits Goliath right between the eyes. The giant falls. David runs up to him, grabs Goliath's own sword, and, well, you know the rest. Section 6, from shepherd to hero, David's life after Goliath. David's life changes in a big way after he defeats Goliath. He becomes a national hero overnight. People sing songs about him. He's the bravest man in Israel. This victory leads him to eventually become king himself. But even though he achieves great things, David never forgets the lesson he learned from facing Goliath. Section 7, underdogs unite, modern Davids among us. The story of David and Goliath isn't just some old, dusty tale. It's about the power of courage and believing in yourself, even when the odds are stacked against you. Think about it. Every day, people overcome huge challenges. Students fighting for their education, athletes with disabilities competing at the highest levels, doctors finding cures for diseases. They're all modern-day Davids. Section 8, why this old story still matters. The David and Goliath story is like super old. But guess what? It's still relevant today. Why? Because we all face giants in our lives. Maybe it's a bully at school, or a big problem at work, or even just a personal fear we need to overcome. The story reminds us that size and strength don't always win. Sometimes all it takes is courage, faith, and a good aim to bring down even the biggest giant. Section 9, what we can learn from a shepherd with a slingshot. So what's the big takeaway from this epic showdown? Simple, never underestimate yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. And remember, even the smallest among us can achieve great things with courage and determination. Go out there and be your own David.